Welcome to our morning show. So lovely to have you here, guys. If you're
Morning,
just
Tom.
tuning
The
in,
meeting will end at
so
10:30. See you then.
Yes,
I can
boss,
see the
I'll be
weather
there.
is sunny today, so we are going to have a good time. Please send in your request, your song request of the day. Remember, today is love.
This is yet another episode of reviews by Suzuki at Toyota Kenya. As I told you, I'll be bringing you episode after episode of some of the best cars that Suzuki has to offer in the world today. And today we are going to review one of the market-leading sedans. Hang with me for the next few minutes as I show you around one of the best vehicles that you can buy at a good budget in the market today, the 2021 Suzuki Ciaz. Ladies and gentlemen, right away I want us to look at the front of this vehicle. We must agree that Suzuki did an excellent job designing this vehicle. It looks extremely balanced and beautiful from the front. And right away, the first thing you realize in any vehicle is the headlights. And this vehicle is packed with a very nice headlight system with xenon headlamps, projector lamps that are very bright and that will allow you to have all the visibility you want at night when driving around. Right below the headlights, we have this daytime running light, which blends together with this aluminum finish that runs across the grille, which gives the vehicle a very complete look, especially when the vehicle is on and the lights are on. There's a very complete line that runs all the way from the left headlight all the way to the right one. And right below that, we have the fog lights down here. It comes with LED fog lights, which allow you to have the best visibility in case you're driving in a foggy climate or when there's rain. So this vehicle will basically give you one of the best lighting systems. And before I move on to any other part of the vehicle, what is under the bonnet? The vehicle packs a 4-cylinder 1500cc engine. This engine will produce 103 horsepower, 138 Newton meters of torque. So it's quite grippy for you when driving around, and it's very well powered, mated with an automatic gearbox, a 4-speed automatic gearbox that works very well together with this engine. Moving on to the side profile of this car, the first thing you will notice is the alloy wheels on this vehicle. It has very nice alloy wheels, a combination of silver and gray. That's a very nice combination, which makes the look of the vehicle quite complete. And moving right to the side mirrors, of course, it has a side signal winker on the side mirrors, which also complements with the signal lights at the front of the headlights right there. At the door, we have this button that allows you to lock and unlock the car. In case you have shopping, you don't have to look for your keys in the car, in the bag. I mean, you just press this button. As long as the keys are around the vehicle, around a meter or so, the vehicle will just unlock and then you can access your car. Moving on to the back of the vehicle, we will start seeing the very nice setup of headlights right here, of brake lights, sorry, at the back. It has a combination of LED brake lights that go on once you put your headlights on at the front. So it's a very nice safety feature because the brake lights are very bright, being LEDs. Right below that, you'll start realizing these parking sensors. Of course, in addition to the safety that this vehicle parks, these sensors will beep whenever you get close to something that you're about to hit, which alerts you that you're just about to damage your car. Of course, you'll realize we have a reverse camera there, which works hand in hand with the parking sensors. I haven't discussed about the ground clearance. This vehicle comes with 165 millimeters of ground clearance. What does that mean? Kenyan roads, you need minimum of 160. It basically means you don't need to go around bumps. Basically means you don't need to raise your suspension. It comes custom because these are local vehicle. It is done for Kenyan roads, for sub-Saharan market. So you don't need to modify anything. The vehicle has sufficient ground clearance to maneuver in Kenyan roads. So the interior of the Suzuki Ciaz, it's definitely lovely on the inside as it is on the outside, as you've already seen. So I'll just begin by switching on the vehicle so that we can have a look at how beautiful it is on the inside as well. Now, right away, I'll start by discussing the gauge cluster at the front here. It's definitely one of the best setups because it has this analog yet digital touch to it. It's an analog system, but very digitalized. You can play around with a lot of things that this screen has to offer. It can show you the torque and the power you're currently using, your fuel economy. It can show you the graphs of your braking and acceleration and a lot of other things. It will, of course, show you the display of time, temperature, and the gear you are on. Now, moving on right away to this steering, it's leather coated. It feels very nice, and you have all the controls you need. On the left, you have the infotainment controls. On the right, you have cruise control. And right here, you have your phone call and voice command controls as well. So I would like us to talk about the cruise control as we have done on other vehicles. This one just allows you to set a specific speed you want to remain at in highways. You can increase the speed from here and reduce it from here as well. Moving on to the left side, you have a button to change the mode from FM to Bluetooth to USB, whichever modes you have. We have a volume button and, of course, another button to change your stations. Down here, you have a button to hang up and to pick your calls, and also a voice command button. When you use this button, you can command the vehicle to call someone or the maps to take you wherever you want to go. Among other factors. Now that I've talked about this side of the infotainment, I would like us to look at the infotainment system. And you'll notice that this system carries one of the best technologies, the Android Auto and the Apple CarPlay. What that means is with a USB cable, you can fully link up this screen with your phone. Your maps will come there, your contact list, your YouTube, anything you can access from your phone, you'll now be able to access it here. Anything that has been limited by Bluetooth technology before is overridden by now the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay technology. This will allow you to access all the things you need for your phone. And it's also a safety feature because that means you don't have to touch your phone when you're driving. You don't have to look for contacts on your phone to call them when driving. You can just tap the voice command button and then command it to call whoever it is. The back seat is very well spaced. As you can see, there is massive legroom here, over 20 centimeters of legroom. And the headroom as well is good, possibly 7 centimeters or so. And the vehicle the leather interior goes on at the back here, very comfortable. Comes with a center console with 2 cup holders here. Even at the front, we have 2 more cup holders and definitely bottle holders on all the doors. Then we have the climate control here for the people at the back seat and a charging port as well. So the person sitting at the back is well taken care of when it comes to space and comfort. At the back of this window, we have a sunshade that will protect the executive being carried here from the rays of the sun. So this is definitely a comfortable car at the back as it is at the front. Moving on to the boot of this vehicle. As you can see, the boot is very generous. It has a massive space. It has 510 liters of space. Right here you can already see like 3 or 4 people can fit in. So the vehicle has generous space for that person being carried to the airport. You can have as many, roughly 4 briefcases in here for your traveling. So it's very spacious, and I think it's a vehicle that all of you should consider. Yeah, so driving the 2021 Suzuki Ciaz. It's an excellent car to drive. 1500cc is sufficient power for Kenyan roads. And it's a very smooth engine because it's mated to such a nice gearbox. So you're basically able to get the power you need when you need it. So I just want to let you know that it's a very smooth car. When you want to overtake, you have the power you need. When you need to slow down, it has the perfect braking capability. It's excellent. I think the gearbox plays a big role on this because the gearbox is very smooth, extremely smooth. So it changes gears very easily and very smoothly. There is no jerking, so if you are a city driver, you'll generally be okay in traffic. Unlike some automatic gears that usually jerk when you're changing gears when moving slowly, especially in a city environment. Yeah, so I think this is a perfect car to drive. And then the steering wheel is very fairly light and easy to use when maneuvering around town, which makes your work easier when you're, of course, in this city, which is quite busy. So the steering is pretty light and makes your work easy. The seats of this car, they are full leather, so they have the quality, the premium touch that you need. At the same time, they are very comfortable. They are very well cushioned. So it's a comfortable car to sit in when driving and also when being driven. You realize most people that will buy this car are either going to drive it or sometimes be driven in it, because most executives have been buying this and companies. The 1500cc engine we talked about, it's very economical, which saves a lot of money for companies. No company wants a car that will use a lot of fuel. So this car gives you, imagine, around 15 kilometers per liter. That's excellent on city driving, and everyone wants a vehicle that saves them every shilling that they can save. The suspension system, it's very soft, so it allows you to float over all road imperfections, the bumps, the potholes. You're kind of floating over them. It has this premium touch, which is a good thing, and everyone wants to drive a car that is comfortable. Yeah, so I think that's about the Suzuki Ciaz. And just to add, the rear passengers also have AC, and the front passengers, which keeps the climate of the vehicle generally cool, both at the front and at the back. It's a good idea that you try and pay attention to this car, because it retails at an extremely good price, yet it's a 0 mileage, and it's so much value for your money. Being a Japanese car, reliability is not a problem at all. Suzuki has proved itself over the years, these cars are retailing even sometimes cheaper than used vehicles, ex-Japans. So consider looking at the option of zero mileage. Don't be scared of buying new cars because most people think they are expensive to purchase, but they actually are not. This has been the review of the 2021 Suzuki Ciaz, and as I promised, I'll be bringing the best cars from Suzuki at Toyota Kenya. Why don't you go to the comment section and let us know which vehicle do you want us to review next, from Suzuki or from Toyota Kenya, and we will be glad to do that. I have been your host, Phineas Mwirigi. Find me in the showroom at Toyota Kenya, right opposite Nyayo Stadium, and we'll be glad to serve you and hand over the keys to one of these beautiful vehicles. Thank you very much and see you in the next episode.